हेलो जियोस, हेलो संदेश, हेलो, वेलकम बैक वंस अगेन। तो गाइस बहुत ज़्यादा मैंने अपना मूड खराब करने के बाद दोबारा सोचा कि चलो कर लेते हैं स्ट्रीम। वरना मैं करना नहीं चाह रही थी। डॉग इन ड्रेस ये क्या मिला मुझे? हम यहीं पे छोड़ के गए थे ना। नीचे स्टार्ट करते हैं। बॉस भी होगा, जो बॉस मारेंगे साथ में। पुल्स कर लिया, अभी तो स्टार्ट किया है ब्रो। उस टाइम मैंने बंद कर दिया था, नेट चला गया था ना। आ रहा था, जा रहा था, आ रहा था, जा रहा था, और मैं बिना स्ट्रीम के पुल कैसे कर सकती हूँ मेरे भाई। हम्म वैसे नए जो क्वेस्ट ऐसे ऐसे ओपन हो रहे हैं ना, वो गाइस सब ओपन कर लेना अपने अपने भी। वेलकम टू आवर पार्टी। पोपा देखो यहाँ पे कितनी सारी बिल्ली है। बोला 4 हाँ बोलो। हेलो रोनी, वेलकम बैक। आई डोंट नो। आई डोंट नो। ऐसी कुछ। अच्छा तो है वो। मेरा भी मूड खराब हो गया वेलो खेल के। जारविस पिटी बिल कर रहा। अरे जारविस को बोल जाके कि कब स्टार्ट करनी है, कर देते हैं विश। वैसे भी मूड खराब हो गया, क्या पता विश करने से अच्छा हो जाए। पहले उसकी आईडी पे करूंगी मैं, फिर अपनी आईडी पे। यानी पहले अपनी आईडी पे करती हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा तो 50-50 लूज वाला है। तो उसको बोल दे कि आ जाए। जब मैं उसे टैग कर दूँ। इनकी बातें बंद हो तो मैं आगे जाके एक्सप्लोर करूँ एरिया। रिप्लाई दे तो तभी बोलूँ। कर देगा रिप्लाई। कोई खट्टी कर रहा होगा। मैंने बेकार खेला मानता हूँ, और बाकी के ब्रिम और साइफर और भी बेकार आए थे, मेरी गलती नहीं। बात ये है कि हम तीनों अगर कैरी कर भी लेते ना, तो उन दोनों की वजह से हार ही जाते, बट हाँ जीत भी सकते थे क्योंकि रेना एफ के चली गई थी। ओह, क्या इससे चलेगा इस? क्या बोलते हो? चलो इसी से चल रहा है। समन करके। आपकी वॉइस कम आ रही है मुझे। मेरी वॉइस क्यों कम आ रही है? अब ठीक आ रही है? लाइक कर दो गाइस इसी बात पे सब। आई नो आज का दिन बड़ा खराब सा गया हमारा, बिकॉज ऑफ हमारा नेट। मुझे पता है, मैं जब भी कुछ करने की सोचती हूँ ना, मेरे साथ कुछ गंदा होता है। जैसे पिछली बार जब फाउंटेन रिलीज हुआ था, तब मैं बीमार पड़ी थी। बहुत गंदा बीमार पड़े थे। इतना कि फिर मुझे टाइफाइड ही हो गया था। फिर वो फाउंटेन फाउंटेन ही रह गया था। फिर मैं 15-20 दिन उठी ही नहीं वो खेलने के लिए। सारा पैसा बर्बाद। ओके गाइस, नया जगह खुल चुका है। चटनी देने के लिए सर। आओ तो गाइस चलते हैं इधर। ये कैसी जगह है? सारे टेलीपोर्टर्स खोलेंगे तो हमें आराम से वो मिल जाएगा। इधर वाला भी एरिया खोल ही देते हैं, ये तो पास में है यार इसके।
Next on the agenda.
मैं इससे मैं से क्यों जा रही हूँ चल के। ये सब ऑन कर देते हैं ताकि हमें बाद में काम आए करने में।
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
गाइस मैं खाना खा के आ जाऊंगी, फिर समन करेंगे, ठीक है? थोड़ी सी देर जा रही है।
We're way behind schedule.
ये कैसी बात है?
Next on the agenda.
भाई काफी बड़ा एरिया है भाई। मैंने सुना फाउंटेन बस इसके बाद तो नहीं खुलेगा। खुलेगा। मैंने सुना था फाउंटेन सुमेरु से भी बड़ा है। बट ऐसा तो इसमें भी है, सुमेरु में भी। व्हाट द हेल, सही में 1% एक्सप्लोरेशन हो गई है गाइस मेरी इसमें। क्या बोलते हो? अबे भाई ये वाला टेलीपोर्टर कहाँ पर है जो ये खुला नहीं है? ये ऊपर है शायद से। तो क्या बोलते, ये वाला पहले एरिया खोल लूं या ये वाला? पहले ये खोल लेते हैं, चलो। मम्मी इधर चलते हैं। बट गाइस बताओ अभी तक का गेंशिन में सबसे सुंदर रीजन तुम लोगों को कौन सा लगता है? अरे ये क्या था भाई? व्हाट इज दिस? ओ समथिंग न्यू। उस सेल में मुझे वो डेंड्रोकुलस मिला। सॉरी हाइड्रोकुलस, मैं हमेशा से गलत बोलती हूँ। टेस्ट फार्मिंग तो मैं बाद में करूंगी एफएनसी के साथ। अभी मैं जाके बस टेलीपोर्टर्स अनलॉक कर रही हूँ। अरे अरे ये क्या हो गया? मौसम खराब हो गया, रात हो गई। व्हाट इज दिस? सी व्हाट इज दिस? ये पक्का कोई क्वेस्ट होगा। इज दिस अ प्रिमोर्डियल सी वाटर? मम्मी क्या है भाई? क्या कर रही है? तुम कर लो डैडी के फोन से। ये देखो यहाँ पे एक बरगद का पेड़ भी है। सीम्स इंटरेस्टिंग। अरे जल्दी जल्दी से इसकी स्टोरी करेंगे ताकि नए नए क्वेस्ट मिले करने को। so excited for this. But जितनी excitement थी नेट ने माँ बहन कर दी सारी excitement की. Never mind. Let's go. ये ब्लू हो जाएगा क्वेस्ट के बाद. अबे भाग जा भेड़िए. तू पीछे आ रहा है, मेरा लड़ने का मूड नहीं है आज. विशेष विशेष कर ले फिर से, उसके बाद जो वहीं से स्टार्ट करेंगे फार्मिंग. सारे के ओपन कर लेती हूँ. किसी को बंद कर रखा है इसने. मानस का गया मैं. चलो यार, मैं सोच रही हूँ कि पुल कर दूँ. कर दूँ क्या? दीदी फुरीना मिल गई, 50-50 जीत गया सही में. अरे नाइस संदेश. मैं देखो जीतती हुई नहीं, मेरी किस्मत संदेश जैसी होगी. कर दूं क्या पुल? बाबा आ जाओ, पुल करती हूँ. पता नहीं कहाँ गया है आज जारवेस. आ जाओ बाबा, कर रही हूँ मैं विश. आज में बात करते हैं बाबा। अभी वो डाल दी मैंने, तो किसी को देखनी है तो आ जाएंगे। जब तक एक और टेलीपोर्टर खोला हूँ।
A pleasure to be working with you.
Anyone say I can't? Rapid, I'm gonna wish. स्ट्रीम बफर हो रहा है या मेरा नेट स्लो है? अब तो सही चल रहा है। स्ट्रीम बफर चेक करना। This is how we do it with Ayaka. कर देती हूँ। रेडन के साथ गद्दारी नहीं नहीं ब्रो, रेडन तो निकालनी है। 50-50 है रैपन पेरा। 50-50 है, तो अगर मैं 50-50 जीत गई तो वेल एंड गुड है, और नहीं जीती तो फिर तो रेडन पक्की है मेरी, क्योंकि मैं नेक्स्ट फेज तो स्किप करने वाली हूँ। पहले मैंने सोचा था ये फेज भी स्किप कर दूँ, बट मैं सोच रही हूँ फिर निकाल लूँ। मतलब मोना आ रही, मोना ऑलरेडी है मेरे पास, चीची आ सकती है। कुछ भी आ सकता है अगर हारी हूं तो। चलो कर लेते हैं। कहाँ पे जाके विश करूं बताओ? सारी नहीं करूंगी मैं। 50-50 है तो एक गाना लगाना। आई पुल्ड चीची। नहीं नहीं नहीं। आई होप आ जाए, बट काफी टाइम से मैं जीती नहीं हूँ। मैं लास्ट जीती थी 50-50 उस पे, गानियों पे। चलो कोर्ट चल रहे हैं, कोर्ट चलते हैं। कोर्ट में जाके वो करेंगे काम क्या। नहीं, 50-50 है मेरा तो। हम्म। ना ना ने ये तो एक्सेप्ट करो। क्या चीज एक्सेप्ट करूं? उसके बाद में ढेर सारे प्रीमोज इकट्ठे करूंगी, क्योंकि मेरे को तो फरीदिन मम्मी चाहिए। गाइस, क्या बोलते हो, निकल जाएगी? कौन आ रहा है? कोई आ रहा है मेरे वर्ल्ड में, भागो भाई ऐसे। अरे ये कोर्ट का रास्ता गलत है क्या? कोर्ट उधर है शायद से, फाउंटेन के पास। यहाँ तो इसका ऑफिस है, ओपेरा हाउस है वो। चलो, यहीं पे हमने अपना नॉवेल पुल किया था। हेलो गोगिन, अरे यार तुम क्यों आ गई? अरे वो उससे बात करने लगी मैं, गलती से दब गया था। कोकन आई एम गोना विश। ऊपर बालकनी में खड़ा के कर लेते हैं, ऐसे 50-50 है, डजेंट मैटर। या फिर उधर चले, यहीं पे बैठ जाते हैं। ऑमलेट ले लेते हैं। आएगी आएगी, क्या लगता है आएगी? 10 का पुल कर दूं क्या एक? 4 5 6 7 8। चीची आएगी चीची। 50-50 आ भी सकती है, हग्गू बहुत पिटेगा। देख लो भाई पिटी। चलो मैं कर रही हूँ। ईम भीम शीम भूम। क्या? बुल्ला चिच्ची सॉन्ग, पहले 3 सिंगल फिर एक मल्टी, अब तो कर दिया। ये कौन सा वेपन है? आई वॉन्ट 50-50, संदेश भी जीत गया, मैंने बोला था। ये I'll no, I'll go for, hey Fraggy, welcome to the stream. Yes. Oh डैम, इसका स्प्लैश आर्ट अच्छा है। हेलो रैपिड पुल्स। यस। अच्छा एक बार बताओ, देखो अब ये निकल गई, अब मेरे पास बहुत कंटेंट है। अब मैं एक विश और करके ऑलरेडी, मतलब मैं इतनी विशेस कलेक्ट कर लूंगी कि मैं रेडन पे 2 बार पुल मार सकूं। एक बार लूज करके फिर एक बार। आई ट्राई, बिकॉज मैंने किसी भी रीजन की चेस्ट फार्मिंग नहीं करी है, किसी भी रीजन की चेस्ट फार्मिंग नहीं करी है। लेट्स ट्राई, देखो होगी किस्मत पे तो मिल जाएगी रेडन पे। अब आ गई तो वेलकिन तो लेना ही पड़ेगा, पुल करना है तो। डैम, इसको प्रेशर अच्छा है, लाइक कर दो गाइस जल्दी जल्दी। अब बाकी सारी विशेस ये रेडन की है, सारी। एक विश भी मैं चमकाऊंगी नहीं कहीं पे भी, सारी विशेस रेडन के। बट एक मिनट, मुझे ये भी नहीं मिले स्टार ग्लिटर, क्यों नहीं मिले मुझे? नहीं सॉरी, स्टार डस्ट क्यों नहीं मिले मुझे? एक ही दो लिया यार। रीना मिल गया। 50-50 जीत गई ब्रो। How Furina darling. Although I don't like you that much, but okay, as you are Archon. अपने अकाउंट में मिला, हाँ अपने अकाउंट में फ्लैट। What do you mean? मेरे पास सारे ऐसी करेक्टर्स है यार, एक भी सेक्सी करेक्टर नहीं है मेरे पास। हुताऊ है, अयाका है, गान्यू है। गान्यू तो फिर भी ठीक है। ये हाइड्रो हुताऊ है क्या? ना, ये कह सकते हो, कह सकते हो। अच्छा इसके मैंने सुना है 2 वो है इसके। और ये क्या था? एक मिनट गाइस, ये व्हाट इज दिस? रेडन के साथ गद्दारी। रेडन तो निकालूंगी ब्रो। इसका मैं एक बार ई प्रेस कर रही हूँ तो ये आ रहा है, और एक बार प्रेस कर हूँ looks cool. She is cool. मेरे पास यूला है सेक्सी, मेरे पास भी है यूला। अरे चलो पानी पे चलते, पानी पे चलते। हील भी कर सकती है खुद को सही में। चलो पहले पानी में चले। क्या बॉस मारने चले इसे लेके लेवल 1 पे? अरे 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 ये क्या, ये क्या है? One of them heals other attacks. डोंट टेल मी इसके कॉन्स्टलेशन है दूसरों को भी अटैक करते होंगे। कहाँ चल रही है पानी पे भाई? मैं तो ये रही, कैसे चलेगी पानी पे? पीछे पीछे आ रहे। डोंट टेल मी, जब तक इसका ये एक्टिवेटेड रहेगा तब तक चलेगी बस। भागो 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 भागो, डूब जाएंगे। नहीं, दोबारा दबा दिया। रिजली लेके आजा। ई प्रेस करो, इसका ई लेती है दूसरे ई में हील। अच्छा नहीं, पानी में चल सकती है। अरे नहीं, चल ही सकती है, दबाओ मत दबाओ, कहीं भी पानी में जाके खड़े हो जाओ। मैं जा रही हूँ वाला डेलीवेटर खोलने, इसी बात पे पानी में डूब गई। मजे में जा रही थी। आ जाओ। क्या चलते हुए आ रहे हो? ये तो बर्फ बनाते हुए आ रहे हो। चार्ज अटैक करो, कलर चेंज करेगी, टाइम लिमिट है इस पे। अच्छा यार, है तो प्यारी यार। वैसे कह सकते हो ब्रोकन कैरेक्टर नहीं है, वेंटी भी तो होता ही है भाई हमारे पास। आर्कॉन है ना मेरा। वेंटी पे मैंने कितने पुल करे, वेंटी नहीं निकला मेरा, है ना। पूरी 82 पीटी पे निकली है, पूरी 82 पीटी पे। कलर चेंज करो, इसकी कलर कैसे चेंज होती है? रुक जा।
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
टाइम लिमिट नहीं होता, न्यू प्लेयर सीधा नारुगमी आइलैंड जाते थे चल के। भाई साहब इससे तो वो वीडियो बनानी बनती है जब ये पानी से चलती हुई मॉन्स्टर हट जाएगी। क्या बोलती पब्लिक? एक विश मिली है स्टैंडर्ड बैनर की। छी भाई, इसमें तो किस्मत ही गंदी है। इसका वेपन निकालना चाहिए क्या? वो ये तो बैठ गई पानी में। सी चार्ज अटैक करो एक बार, रुक जाना, कर रही हूँ। ये वाला कलर कहाँ चेंज करा? येलो ही थी जो। स्टाइल अच्छा है इसका ये वाला।
Have you ever seen these stickers on my bed? Do me a favor and take them off. Malazines like to play pranks sometimes.
इसका एक अटैक पहले वो अटैक करता है, फिर हील। क्या हो रहा है? मैं कहाँ खत्म कर रही? कौन खत्म कर रहा है? रिटर्न फुरीना इसे बिजली की हेल्थ खत्म करती है क्या? कहते बताओ जैसे, मुझे क्या पता। पैंट कलर चेंज हो रहा है और हेयर लंबा हो रहा है सही में।
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
सही में ऐसा कुछ है क्या? सही में ऐसा कुछ है क्या? इधर आओ इधर आओ
मैं आ ही
इधर।
नहीं रहा।
अरे इधर आओ, तो दोबारा से चेक तो करने दो।
वो पता नहीं कहाँ जा रहा हवा में,
किधर?
ऊपर हवा में।
अरे
पता
यार
नहीं कहाँ छोड़ कर आ गए ये।
रिजली की पावर क्यों कम हो रही है इसके साथ? मैं भी आ रही हूँ ऊपर, रुक जाओ यार भी। ओके who told you to in bubble? हाँ इधर आओ इधर इधर।
Shower me with praise.
अब नहीं घट रही। जब ये तुम्हारे बुलबुल किसी से लड़ते हैं तब घटती है। कौन काट रहा हूँ?
टिन किसी से लड़ते?
अभी उसे मार रहे थे गोले
हील
को।
कर रहा है वो तो।
अब हील कर रहा है।
टीममेट्स को भी
हाँ कर रहा है, मुझे कर रहा है, मुझे कर रहा है।
टीममेट्स की एचपी डिक्रीज करती है और डैमेज बढ़ाता है। हैं?
वाह।
बट ये तो हील भी कर रही है।
एक ही स्किल से हील करती है, दूसरी स्किल से डैमेज वो करती है। बहुत बढ़िया। क्या चूतिया यूनिट बनाई है इन्होंने ये।
इसका जो इसका 1E जो अटैक करता है वो हेल्थ कम करता है 50%।
मैं तभी कहूँ 20,000 से 10,000 पे कैसे आ गया मैं।
करने यूज करूंगा रैंडम में हेल्थ कम करने के लिए। इसमें ये 3 समन करती वो अटैक और जब 1 समन करती वो हील करता। अप टू ट्रेन कर देगी ऐसे ही 50% ट्रेन कर देगी ऐसे ही। भाई ये क्या चल रहा है? मुझे नहीं मालूम था इस बारे में पहले से।
भाई कॉलिंग नहीं ऑन माय नंबर। हाँ।
अरे वो दोबारा आओ वहाँ चल रहे इधर आओ इस बॉस को मारने।
पहले डोमेन करने चल ले।
कौन सा डोमेन? पहले बॉस।
गाइड ऑफ कौन सा बॉस है?
Parties are a
इधर आ
must for
जाओ।
the well-mannered.
इधर आऊं?
If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette,
दिख नहीं
इस
रही तुम?
I'd be happy
बता
to
रही हूँ ना,
teach you.
जा तो रही हो, रुक जाओ सबर कर लो, सबर सबर। इधर आ जाओ, इधर वाली टेलीपोर्ट में आइए। She gives
ये मेरे सर पे
75।
कैसे बैठ गई?
कौन?
तुम्हारी फुरी ना।
कहाँ बैठी है यार?
अरे ये लो यार।
सही में बैठी।
ये देखो ये देखो। डीसी
टेली
चेक करो।
हाँ
डीसी
दिख गई
चेक।
दिख गई दिख गई, वो टेलीपोर्ट हुई थी। बट शी गिव 75 डैमेज बफ एज वेल। सही में? हाँ तो अटैक और डैमेज बफ देगी जबरदस्त पूरा। नौवीं के साथ बहुत अच्छी चलेगी। हाँ मेरे पास 9 है ना।
कहाँ चलना है? कौन सा ड्रैगन है?
पहले करेक्टर चेंज कर लो। इसी को
मेरे
लेके
पास
जा
तो
रहे हो?
हाँ रिजली बहुत बढ़िया मारता।
चलते हैं उस बॉस को मारने।
है कौन सा बॉस ये तो बता दो।
नया बॉस नहीं आया, वो वेल वाला।
कहाँ है?
चल तो रहे उधर। एक शील्डर वरना हीलर लो। मैं तो ले रही हूँ भाई जोंगली दादा।
मेरा तो खुद ही हील करता, मुझे जरूरत ही नहीं है।
As long as
गर्व
Zhongli
हो
is
गया
with me,
जोंगली।
Zhongli नफ नहीं हो सकता।
हाँ उसकी जो शील्ड है वो इन पे यहाँ इस फाउंटेन में ना 2 अटैक में तोड़ देते हैं।
हाइड्रो ट्रिप है उसके, उसका नेम। हाँ पता है मुझे। रिज भाई के रिजली इजी डेड।
बेटा बच्चे हो
पुरीना
तुम।
इज लाइक कोकोमी कुकी एंड बेनी मिक्स्ड, हाँ इन वन।
अगर मेरा रिजली मर गया तो बोलियो। भाग क्यों नहीं रहा ये? ए वो है का? यहाँ
कम
तो नहीं
अंडर
है।
दी वाटर, अंडर दी वाटर है ना,
अंदर दी वाटर वाले टेलीपोर्टर पे जाना था ना आप।
तो खोलना है ना अंडर दी वाटर वाला। टू,
रास्ता कहाँ से?
अरे वो तो डबल अंदर है
हाँ
इधर। अरे टू शैलो टू डाइव आ रहा है।
यहाँ ये रहा रास्ता।
मिल गया।
आओ।
यहाँ से नहीं जाना, किधर से जाना है फिर?
यहीं से जाना है।
नहीं बाबा इधर नहीं है वो टेलीपोर्टर, दूसरी
अरे रास्ता
दूस
नीचे से होगा ना बाबा, ये रहा। आओ।
मिल गया।
हाँ
अरे है ये वाला। अरे रुक जाओ मेरे साथ तो चलो, भागे जा रहे
हाँ।
हो। क्रेज भाई भी डब्ल्यू, क्रेज भाई डब्ल्यू, ये हर चीज में डब्ल्यू दबाते हैं। ओबा वेट फॉर मी,
आ जाओ।
डोंट गो अलोन, वेट फॉर मी।
हाँ हाँ नहीं जा रहा।
जा रहे
मजे
हो
से।
भगते हुए। लेट मी ओपन टीपी, लेट्स गो। हेलो वेली वेल, भाई ये कैसी जगह है?
ये कौन सी वेल है भाई?
इसकी 2-3 फॉर्म्स होंगी।
Step back. Solidify.
ये बच्चों को मारो।
अरे
क्या ये क्या है?
अगर ये बॉस था तो मैं इनका बाप।
सही
मैं तो
बताओ
नहीं ले
गाइस,
रहा।
सही बताओ। ये बॉस था, ये वो वेल थी क्या? क्रिट डैमेज, भाई टोपी मिल गई क्रिट डैमेज की मुझे। सब स्टार्स अच्छे नहीं है बट ठीक है। डोंट टेल मी ये वो वेल थी।
नहीं भाई, रिजली मरेगा, फुल हेल्थ पे बैठा है।
ये नहीं है वेल, वो वेल कहाँ है भाई? कब आएगी
वो
वो?
वीकली बॉस में होगी वेल।
हाँ वो वीकली बॉस में होगी बट मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है वो बुक खोलो डोमेन में जाओ, वो डोमेन में है क्या? ओ
Toodaloo.
यस बाबा।
कौन सा डोमेन में?
कौन सा था भाई? स्टॉर्म टेरर, गोल्डन हाउस, ये रहा, शैडो ऑफ अनदर वर्ल्ड।
चलो।
One client, two
क्या
clients, three
एक्वा शॉक
clients.
क्या हो रहा है जब तुम हो सकते मैं क्यों नहीं? हेलो एक्वा ब्रो, डजंट इवन हेजिटेट। अरे मैं पहुंच तो जाऊं उधर, है किधर वो? इधर है क्या? नहीं मिनट।
अरे तुमसे ना हो, मैं ढूंढता हूँ उनको।
मेन
Toodaloo.
आई कैन नॉट यूज क्विक चैलेंज इन कोऑप मोड। वो कोऑप में नहीं कर सकते, इसे अकेले करेंगे। चलो
कौन कह रहा?
ये कह रहा है अगर वो मतलब वैसे स्टोरी के उससे नहीं खोला तो कोऑप में नहीं कर सकते ऐसे।
हम्म,
When the sun's
चलो फिर आ
out,
जाओ,
be
टेलीपोर्टर
in
खुलने चल रहे हैं
sunlight.
अपने वापस।
But when the moon's out,
तो तुम कर लो, मैं तो
bathe
अपना
in
डोमेन पहले मेरा
moonlight.
डोमेन करा दो पहले,
कौन सा करना है बताओ।
ये वाला
टीपी करो,
बुक ऑफ ऑर्डर।
टीपी करो ना।
कहाँ गया? यहीं तो था, ये रहा।
Huh?
ऑर्डर यही है ना पक्का?
देखना मेरी तरफ।
मैं तो चालू कर रही हूँ, अभी देख नहीं सकती।
उताओ ले लो, सिंचू ले लो, पानी वाला नेवलेट ले लो, नेवलेट।
बताओ आप लोग ने।
नहीं नहीं, तुम लो ना, उताओ
मेरी
नेवलेट। हाँ,
यार मुझे हुताऊ चलानी नहीं आती बिना सॉन्ग लेके।
वो कुछ नहीं
हाय
होता,
आयुष।
मरना नहीं है अटैक से।
तो वो करो ना, आप
क्या?
हुताऊ ले लो, काजुआ मत लो, मैं हीलर ले लेती हूँ एक।
हीलर की जरूरत ही नहीं है।
तो काजुआ ही लेना है चलो, क्योंकि
काजुआ
मैं
की जरूरत पड़ेगी। अरे नहीं मरेगी, दो ही जने आएंगे वो छोटे छोटे से, उनको मारना है।
ठीक है।
अगर देखो उनसे मर गई तो इसके लिए सो।
शट माय नोवी इज सो गुड, सो गुड।
करो स्टार्ट।
अरे ये है क्या?
हाँ, और ये दो ही है बस।
हाइपर ब्लूम हो गया इससे तो।
Be sanctified.
One with nature.
Bow your head.
बिजली बढ़िया चल रहा है ना? हाँ,
स्टोरी कब करोगे? बस इसके बाद आयुष।
बिजली बढ़िया चल रहा है ना?
यस। ये रिजली का ही है क्या तुम्हें?
हाँ, ये बिजली को
अरे
हो
क्या?
सकता है। देखो तुम्हें फुरीना में जरूरत पड़े, टैलेंट्स में पता लग जाएगा।
स्किल इशू तो भर भर के है। छग्गू चुप कर।
चलो दोबारा।
बट मैं इसे कैसे
मैं
करूंगी?
बाहर क्यों आ गया?
वेरी गुड, रुक जाओ, मैं फुरीने के लिए चेक कर लूं मुझे ये चाहिए या कुछ और।
ये देखना इधर मेरी तरफ
देख रही हूँ, रुको, लोड तो होने दो स्क्रीन।
है।
हाँ, किधर हो? वो किधर?
ये देखना, अभी देखना, ये रहा। अब देखो मेरी तरफ।
क्या कर रहा है ये?
जमीन चाट रहा है। तुम नहीं
ये दिखा रहे थे।
हाँ,
ये लो, ये भी चाट रहा है।
नहीं बाबा, देखो मेरा हिल कैसे रहा प्लेयर। चलो दोबारा चालू करो।
रुक जाओ जरा, फुरीने के लिए चेक कर लो। क्या हुआ?
Osmanthus.
आ गया, लेकिन रुकती नहीं लाया। अब मजा ही नहीं आएगा।
फुरीना के लिए चाहिए।
एक मिनट चेक कर लो। टैलेंट रेफरेंसेस का क्या है गाइस? इसमें टैलेंट कौन सा बढ़ाना है?
कोई से में भी देख लो, सब में दिख जाएगा।
अरे दिख नहीं रहा ना।
अरे कोई से पे भी अपग्रेड पे क्लिक करो ना, तो लिखा आएगा क्या चाहिए।
अरे तो वो उसको फेज आगे करना पड़ेगा उसका, फुरीना का।
तो एक अपग्रेड कर दो।
मटेरियल असेंड के लिए है ही नहीं।
होंगे।
EQ नॉर्मल। डोमेन कौन सा चाहिए इसके लिए? चलो खैर, कर लेते हैं वैसे ही से। ये आपके वर्ल्ड में करना चाहिए था ताकि आप बार बार चालू करते रहो।
मेरे पास दो ही कंडेंसर एसेंस थे बस।
अभी कितने करना है?
आखिरी है।
एक और करना है?
भूताओं को इतनी मुश्किल भी नहीं है जोंगली के बिना चलाना, बस डॉज करना आना चाहिए। मैंने 10 वाला पुल मारा, कुछ नहीं निकला। हेजो निकला, हेजो।
मेरा पुल हो गया, क्या निकला? रैपिड चीची निकल आई क्या? इसके बाद मैं खाना खाने जाऊंगी, उसके बाद शार्लेट मिल गया। नाइस, मुझे नहीं मिली यार। मैं से 51 पिटी, नाउ 46 पुल्स। नाइस, फुरीना के टैलेंट्स के लिए ट्यूसडे वाला डोमेन है। लीव कर दूँ ना?
हो गया। मैं सोच रहा हूँ अपने फ्रेजाइल यूज कर लूँ अब।
कैरेक्टर बिल्ड के लिए यूज कर ली बजाय। चलो मैं जा रही हूँ फिर अपने टेलीपोर्टर खोलने इधर के।
ठीक है, खाना खाने जाओ पहले।
खाना भी लाइक कर दो गाइस, स्ट्रीम को लाइक नहीं करा अभी तक। 10
मत
लाइक
जाओ
तो पूरे
गाइस।
कर दो। अरे अरे, ये कौन आ रहा है भाई? हु इज यू मिक्स यू भाई? He wants to enter my world. No bro, no. You cannot enter my world like this. Osminthus was the... ऐ, मेरे 2 कैरेक्टर क्यों है वो? मेरा काम हो गया इस बैनर का, बस शार्लेट चाहिए थी। रीना लेके घूमेंगे अब हम। नहीं टेढ़ी क्या? रीना हूँ। द छपरी आर्कॉन, हाइड्रो आर्कॉन। गाइस इस लेक की कुछ मिस्ट्री होगी। बैगन, क्या हो गया भाई? क्या क्या बोल रहा है?
स्पैम मारा था कोने, वो हो गया।
स्पैम मारा?
इमोजीज भेज रहा था ना बहुत सारे।
इसने स्पैम मारा था इसे फिर?
स्ट्रीम लैब।
अरे दीदी भी गो नाउ, ओके गो इन, बाय बाय। अब नहीं, मैं नहीं सुना क्या? फुरीने के लिए स्लेव करना, फिर से करा तूने? स्लेव करना, व्हाट डू मीन स्लेव करना? फिर से टाइम आउट दे दिया उसे उसने
तूने
स्ट्रीम
फिर
वाली।
इमोजी स्पैम मारे होंगे।
इमोजी स्पैम कर रहा था हाँ। फुरीने के लिए स्लेव करना क्या मतलब? व्हाट डू यू मीन गोकन?
सेव, सेव बोल
अच्छा
रहा।
सेव।
नहीं तो बट तो तुम्हारी तो पुल हो चुकी।
अपना बोल रहा है, जा रहा है ना। गोकन नोटी हो रहा है। ग्राइंड करना फुरीना निकालने के लिए। अच्छा अच्छा, जाओ ग्राइंड करो फुरीना के लिए। मैं तो घूम के वापस वहीं आ गई जहाँ से गई थी। Soothing sound. एहतियात. Stream element full on time out mode lol. Hello Devnath, welcome to the stream. हाँ AFK bro, I'll be back after dinner, okay? मैं आती हूँ 5-10 क्या चीज तुमने स्टोरी किया? फिर एग्जाम है। यस। मेरा स्टोरी खत्म है? क्या बात है, रैबिट कितनी स्पीड से कर रहा है। अब तुम बैठ के देखो। मैं तो सारे टेलीपोर्टर खोल रही हूँ पर रेड इन शोगन फेज 2 स्किप करूंगी मैं। घंटे 40 मिनट में खत्म किया, क्या बात है। इस अननोन पर्सन भाई पर है क्या? राइट पे चलते हैं। ये इधर के बाद में कर लेंगे, उधर के कर लेना। नहीं गिरना था। सारे चेस्ट दिख रहे हैं मुझे। फिर मैं सोच रहा साइनो मेन हो जाऊं। वाई? His joke, I like his personality. साइनो की। अच्छा बताओ, होताओ के साथ फुरीना जाएगी? नहीं। लॉल। आई डोंट थिंक जाएगी फुरीना होताओ के साथ। फुरीना की टीम बनाने के लिए किसको डालूं? नॉवी? हाइपर ब्लूम बना सकती हूँ उसके साथ। नॉवी, फुरीना, रेडन और नाहिदा। Tell a joke about pizza. Because it's too cheesy. सबसे बड़ा जोक तो तू ही है। इसलिए तो साइनो मेन हो रहा है। हेलो गाइस, अवेंसी तू है? आर यू हियर? चल आज आपको जस्ट फार्मिंग स्टार्ट करें। या आज करें या नहीं? या आज मैं आर्कन को स्टार्ट करूं? आर्कन को कर लेती हूँ। चल जस्ट फार्मिंग कर लेंगे फिर। और फिर रेडिंग के लिए सेव करना है। कल करो चेस्ट फार्मिंग, कल करूं। क्वेस्ट करो, वर्थ इट है। चलो इधर कैसे जाऊं भाई? चलो तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट। रीनो का शादी करता है। इस सजा भी
Now,
खत्म हुई।
wait a sec. Isn't some? Oh, today's our big day.
वो ओपन कर रहा था। हेलो साइट, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। हो जा रैपिड साइनो में। ये भी ठीक है। अच्छा, अनफिनिश्ड कॉमेडी अगर खत्म ना करो तो हाइड्रोकुलस भी नहीं ले पाओगे। मतलब एक तो ये मुझे ना, ये जिनमें आवाज नहीं आती वाले क्वेस्ट ऐसा लगते हैं बोरिंग जहर। बेकार बात हुआ, अब मुझे बैठ के 2 घंटा क्वेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। क्वेस्ट रिलेटेड आ रहा एरिया है अब। अच्छा सब तो C1 होता वो निकाल रहे हैं आजकल। उरीना हमारा तो हो चुका है शायद। म्यूजिक लगा के स्पीड रन। लॉल हाँ, ये यही एक तरीका है करने का उन्हें, बट फिलहाल मैं भी ये वाले नहीं कर रही। अभी आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट चालू करते हैं। इंटरेस्टिंग पाथ इज हियर माय
Isn't there
फ्रेंड्स।
anything else more interesting to do?
देखो ये भी कह रही है। अरे भाई तुम जाओ ना। तो भाई ये तो कंप्लीट भी हो गया। Oh, speed run. You got Furina? Yes, I got Furina. I won 50-50. Yes. 10 पिटी में निकल आई, लाइक 82 में निकली है। 72 ऑलरेडी हो गई थी और 50-50 था एंड आई गॉट हर। What about you? You got her? Karapul? I don't think मेरे
Please,
wishes
sign here.
grind
This document will be effective immediately upon signing.
होंगे।
and you two may-
हो जाएंगे ब्रो। चेस्ट फार्मिंग करो, चेस्ट फार्मिंग। What the hell is happening?
What's happening?
Now I feel lucky, but no worries, I don't need.
I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Let's go to Risley. Feels like a task. अरे मुझे बताओ, मैं एक दो बंदे हैं उनको दे सकती हूँ if you want to grind सब। Zeus, then me, unlucky का पापा हूँ। They're like free persons, so they can grind your account if you wanna do some grinding. मेरे को जरा होता वेपराइज करके दिखाओ।
Ah, good to see you two.
बिगेस्ट
Is
स्कैम।
there something you wish to see me about?
होताऊ वेपराइज करके दिखाऊं? होताऊ के साथ इसे चलाऊं?
Ah, that.
फरीना
The
को
drummer over the years of
नहीं
serving as
जाएगी,
the warden
नहीं
here, I've
जाएगी।
developed a sense
Good
for
idea.
distinguishing
Yes,
between
we
what
can
occurs
talk
on the surface
about this
and
in
what occurs
DMs, okay,
underwater.
side. By the
Besides,
way, do you
the
think कि
seal that
Fontaine
Monsieur
और
Nubiet
Storm
set in
Terror
place won't fail so easily.
लायर ज्वाइन होने वाला है?
Is okay?
If you recall our
ऐसा
You
मुझे न्यूज़ मिली थी।
By the way,
मेरा
do you
BF
know
को
Genshin
लगाया है काम पे
I
लमॉक्स।
believe today
यस
is
यस
this
मिकोई।
month's
ओके
pipe
ओके।
cleaning day.
फुरीना होताऊ बिगेस्ट स्कैम। बाय द वे फुरीना को हाइड्रो होताऊ कह रहे हैं
Ah,
सब,
yes.
बिकॉज शी
Have you
लुक्स
completed
लाइक
your release papers?
कुछ कुछ लाइक होताऊ। इज फुरीना वर्थ दो?
it's
हाँ,
you two.
एक्चुअली सही बताऊँ तो हाइड्रो टीम के लिए शी इज़ वेरी गुड बिकॉज इन वन अटैक शी डैमेज देती है और दूसरे अटैक पे सेम उसी का दूसरा अटैक मारोगे तो वो हील करती है। कुछ भी हाइड्रो होता हो। हाँ, अभी चैट में जब मैं पुल कर रही थी सब कह रहा है हाइड्रो होता हुआ है, हाइड्रो होता हुआ है।
You're not going to see us.
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure.
Well,
Let's
you
go.
actually agreed.
ब्रो बहुत अच्छा कैरेक्टर है, एब्सोल्युटली वर्थ या ओके यस
Ah, so you
बट
do have a
ऑन द
polite
अदर
side, I
साइड
see.
साइड शी कैन ऑल्सो वॉक ऑन वाटर एंड उसके साथ अगर कोई हमारा कैरेक्टर या कोई टीममेट खेल रहा होगा तो वो उसका 50% जो हेल्थ है डिक्रीज कर देगी। होताओ बेस्ट डीपीएस
I hope
होल
you
गेम
won't be here
इवन
as
नॉवलेट
convicts the
कैन
next time
डैमेज
I see
इक्वल
you.
लाइक होताओ या दे आर डिफरेंट। आई डोंट हैव एनी हाइड्रो टीम लेकिन ओ सेम फॉर मी दो। मेरे पास जब फॉन्टेन आया तब मेरा नॉवेलेट निकला एंड देन मेरी फुरीना निकली सेकंड हाइड्रो कैरेक्टर। ये कौन है? हुताऊ का चमचा जियूस है। हुताऊ से भी अच्छे डीपीएस हैं गेम में। हुताऊ से अच्छे डीपीएस हैं बट ही इज हुताऊ मेन दैट्स व्हाई ही लव्स हुताऊ। आई वांट टू बिल्ड हुताऊ। आई डोंट नो क्या देना है उसको। हुताऊ को
I'm
दो
sure just
क्रिम्सन
your
विच या
regards
फिर
will do,
अगर
no?
अलग थोड़ा सा बिल्ड चाहती हो तो उसे शिमनवा भी दे सकती हो।
You're right. I've
वैसे
heard
हम
the
सब
ballet
ने तो
has been
क्रिम्सन विच
terribly
दे
busy
रखा है
these
उसे
days.
और उसको
Tell
ग्राइंड
him that I
करना
hope he hasn't been
बहुत गंदा
overwhelmed
है।
by the recent string of troubles.
लिटरली पेन है अगर तुम हुताऊ का क्रिम्सन विच वो करना चाह रही हो, ग्राइंड करना चाह रही हो। मैंने इतनी शिद्दत से सिर्फ हुताऊ को ग्राइंड किया था, उसके बाद मैंने नॉवेलेट ग्राइंड किया है अपना। He was built good, but D-Look goes crazy है 4-piece crimson। अपोलो D-Look main है। I am हुताऊ main too actually। लाइक उसके जैसा मैं उससे ज़्यादा प्रेफरेंस आई थिंक किसी और डीपीएस को नहीं दे सकती फिलहाल, क्योंकि आई एम हुताऊ मेन। चलो हम बाहर चलते हैं, देखते हैं क्या चल रहा है आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट में। बाय द वे आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट है। आई डोंट फील लाइक बिल्डिंग हुताऊ आफ्टर वर्किंग ऑन डी लुक। अरे ब्रो डी लुक के आर्टिफैक्ट्स उठा के हुताऊ को दे दो। ओ चमचा क्या होता है ब्रो? लीजा मेन के सामने बोल दियो लीजा यूजलेस, वो पेल देगा तुमको। अरे हुताऊ को कुछ मत कहना, हुताऊ मेन मैं भी हूँ। हुताऊ के लिए मैं पागल थी जिस वजह से मैंने ये गेम खेलना स्टार्ट किया। Ever since I have known Mikoi, she loved Hutao gas. I was like Hutao। और जैसे ही वो मैंने जब खेलना स्टार्ट किया और वो बैनर पे आई, I pulled for her. बिकॉज उससे पहले मैंने सिर्फ देखी थी Hutao। उससे पहले मैंने इस गेम को भी सीरियसली लिया ही नहीं। तुझे मिला है तो तू खुश रह बस। एफएनसी तू क्यों जल रहा है? तेरे पास नहीं है तो। इधर मेरे को चाइल्ड नहीं मिल रहा। मैंने तो पुल ही नहीं करा चाइल्ड पे, मुझे मिल जाता। हुताऊ लेके नाच 2 बार नहीं मिला। चाइल्ड नहीं मिला 2 बार। और बताओ गाइस दिवाली की प्रिपरेशंस कैसी चल रही है? नहीं है, चाहिए भी नहीं। आई एम गोना डू माय आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट नाउ। शी सेम हियर। साइट तुझे कुछ बोला क्या? तेरा नाम मिकोई है। What's going on?
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend
तो
to
बोल
first.
क्यों नहीं रहे? मैं कब से
In the
बोल रही हूँ।
meantime, please have a seat.
मैं तो
If
बोल
you'd
तो
like
दो,
to have
मैं यही
something
हूँ।
to drink,
वाई
you'll
फाइटिंग?
only
मैं
listen
भी यही
outside
देख रही हूँ।
now.
उनकी दोनों लड़ रहे हैं, ज़्यूस और वो बोबा।
Very well then.
एफएनसी।
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
एफएनसी और ज़्यूस। तो फुरीना को हुताऊ से क्यों कंपेयर करा? अरे ये थोड़ी कर रहा है कंपेयर।
That should wrap things up for now.
वो तो जब मैं पुल कर रही थी बाकी सब कंपेयर कर रहे थे।
Yes,
हुताऊ है
sorry to keep
फुरीना
you
फुरीना।
waiting.
यस
Today
दोनों
should be
का
the
अलग
day you
काम
were
है।
released from the
कैरेक्टर है
fortress of
इसलिए।
Meripede.
और हाँ अगर
And
कंपेयर
it
कर
appears
भी
that
लेंगे
you've
तो क्या
managed
ही हो
to
जाएगा।
complete all the release paperwork.
Because FNC likes
फुरीना
Furina and Zeus
फुरीना
is Hutao main.
फुरीना हुताऊ की तरह डैमेज नहीं कर सकती।
A massive
हुताऊ का
whale.
डैमेज इंसान है।
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your
FNC
description,
Furina and
that
Hutao
cannot
has
have
thing
occurred in any
common.
ordinary waters, but rather
Hutao
something
को
like the primordial
खराब
sea.
कोई नहीं बोल
A
रहा,
whale of
दोनों
that size
टोटली
and
अलग
shape cannot
मैकेनिक्स है।
usually be found in the waters of Tivat. Therefore, we can only assume that child is
एक्चुअल
presently
में
immersed in primordial seawater.
अच्छा अब लड़ो मत, जरा थोड़ा ये एंजॉय करने दो यार आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट।
Does he
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
तुम दोनों चुतिया हो।
Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
Fancy enjoy.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was
एक
here
अच्छा
on the
आर्टिफैक्ट नहीं
surface
मिला
near
अभी तक।
Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
There's no
Okay,
time to lose.
let's go to Navia.
Please be careful.
मैं तो हुताऊ भी स्किप किया, आज तक फुरीना भी स्किप कर रहा है इस पैच, गरीबी हर तरफ।
फैंसी होगा।
हाँ।
नल्ले फैज़मोफोबिया खेल। और वैलो को डिलीट कर तू पहले अपना कंप्यूटर से।
Okay. There is something going on.
What happened here?
कुछ हुआ है पे फैंसी, मेरे को पता है तूने क्यों स्किप किया बता यार। ये डिसॉल्व
ये वो
कैसे हो गई?
मोटी छाती वाली निकालेगा।
और मोटी छाती वाली
Navia should be
क्लोर
around here, right?
क्लोराइन।
We need to
हाँ।
make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
Just now. कल ले लूंगा भाई, आने तो दे भाई उसे, अभी तक तो उसकी न्यूज़ भी नहीं आई है कि कब आ रही है। 4.3 पैच में तो नहीं आ रही। क्यों किया स्किप? क्यों स्किप किया बता?
All the way here. Oh, this is...
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right.
अगर वो आई ना 4.3 में रेड एंड स्किप
क्लीनो ही तो
आर्कलिनो नहीं वो
क्लोराइन।
Survive on my own.
शी गोत बिगर।
यार हद है भाई।
He looks pretty sad.
क्या हुआ क्या है?
My leg. How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is
इतना
on the
बढ़िया
way.
फ्लावर मिला
You
लेकिन
can hold my
चूतिया
hand if
दूसरा
it makes you
उसका।
feel better.
दे सकते हैं एक तो।
वो फ्लावर नहीं देते ना, वो तो गॉबलेट देते। वही नहीं मिलता सिर्फ एक।
Because they are both flat as coffin.
यस।
ये फुरीना और हुताऊ की सिमिलैरिटी बता रहा है। That's
एक
right.
तो कॉफिन का ही काम करती है।
भाई बेकार मैप में बेकार एजेंट लेके और क्या खेलूं, चेंबर होता तो भी ठीक था। You got it right bro. भागने का टाइम है। नहीं उसने भी यही बोला था, जो बोल रहा था ना सिमिलैरिटी है, जब हम विश कर रहे थे वो भी यही बोल रहा था, बिकॉज तो दोनों एक जैसी दिखती हैं, लाइक उनका फिगर देखे तो दे आर नॉट वो छोटी बच्ची वाली लाइक नाहिदा, बट दे आर फ्लैट टू।
ब्रो हम है फ्लैट एज फक, वो है फ्लैट एज फक।
Navia, she's
कॉमन दोनों में.
Navia, are you okay?
What is Navi doing there? It's beautiful.
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Stop it.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof.
Okay.
Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
ये लड़की कौन है? Hello Kotsav.
Jumped down
ये
there.
नाविया है bro.
Find the leader of Squad 1 and
Lucky
tell him
yeah,
to
bro.
take the wounded resident
Beautiful
to
है
see a
ना?
doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were
दिल से
all
यहाँ पे आया था.
dissolved. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are
Finally.
still
जल्दी
hazardous.
भी होगा क्या? Yes
To
bro.
ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there
You
to
who
leave as soon as
खाना हो
possible.
गया? Yes Devnath.
No one knows
Dinner
if this
done.
could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
संदेश तेरे को चीची किसी और की स्ट्रीम में देखा था, शायद डैडी करके कुछ उसका नाम. बहुत सारों की स्ट्रीम में तुम देखोगे संदेश को. वैसे बाइक ने ठोक दिया मुझे. अरे कैसे भाई, तुम बाइक को ठोक देते? बाइक ने तुम्हें ठोक दिया था तो
Nice common sense.
बात है.
Demoiselle! We've got
By
a
the way,
situation here.
लगी तो नहीं ना आता तुम्हारे चोट वगैरह?
Common sense
I'll
on
be
its
right
peak.
there.
कॉमन सेंस नहीं, वुमन सेंस.
Sorry.
वुमेन के आगे सेंस नहीं लगा सकते बाबा.
स्ट्रीम में भी मॉड बना था. ये बहुत सारे लोगों की स्ट्रीम पे मॉड है.
Might be a while
देवनाथ
before she can take a break.
पर उसका खानदानी धंधा है. संदेश भी लाइक कम
The
से कम
wounded are being
500
tended to,
स्ट्रीमों पे
and we
दिखूंगा एक
finished a
साथ.
preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so
एंड आखिरी में कहेगा अब ये
suppose
करके
I
दिखाओ.
finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course,
नहीं, सच में ये
we should
बाइक
remain ready for
वाला
anything and
भाग
continue
गया.
doing our
अरे
best to
अरे
rescue
अरे.
others.
हेलो
I'll be
साइरस,
sure to
वेलकम टू
have
द
everyone at
स्ट्रीम.
the Spina di Rosula ready to render a traveler. Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now.
Thank you.
Let's go. अरे कम कर मम्मी। बाय डैडी। उसको चुन चुन के मारता, वरना उसको चुन चुन के मारता। 8 चैनल पर मॉड बन गया हूँ मैं अब, क्या बात है। हाँ संदेश, तेरा डैडी आ गया। व्हाट द हेल मम्मी, बंद कर दो इसे। म्याऊ जान खाता रहता है, छोटा म्याऊ। गाइस स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो जल्दी जल्दी से। 20 लाइक्स तो कंप्लीट कर दो। देश का डैडी लॉल। नाविया, ये नाविया लुक्स ब्यूटीफुल। उसके बाल कितने प्यारे हैं।
Given the time of day and the whole situation in
नाविया वही है ना जो रानी की तरह बन के
doesn't
रहती है।
think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
उसका पति उसे छोड़ के भाग गया।
That's how things
कुछ
are
भी।
now. The
और
living
नहीं तो
are
क्या।
so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia?
एक अकाउंट है, एक ही लाइक कर सकता हूँ। लॉल। नील भाई डैडी, दीदी भी गर्ल है क्या? नील भाई डैडी, दीदी भी गर्ल है। संदेश तेरा एग्जाम था ना? हाँ। क्या क्या बोल रहा है?
Navia, what's wrong?
संदेश देन मॉमी।
Sorry. I just
रैपिड कुछ भी।
Malus and Silver. They won't ever come back here again.
What the hell? Why?
What should I do, Papa?
Malus and Silver कहाँ चले गए?
What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And
What
they
the
were
hell?
caught in the seawater.
No.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
Welcome to the ARCHON quest. Yes.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
Why is he
How could
saying
Master
Papa?
ever be upset with you,
English
Demoiselle?
में उसे father बोलना
Yet the
चाहिए.
cemetery is the home of those who have
हिंदुस्तान का है।
passed, is it not?
Is
Everyone
she
ends
from
up here
India?
sooner or later.
Okay. Good
No
night,
matter
Didi.
who
Good
you
night, Kausar.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that
ये
case,
लोग mostly पापा ही
I'd be
बोलते
buried on
हैं.
his other side.
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously.
ये भी playable है क्या?
I'll remember
काफी
your request.
हाँ
But I'd really prefer
4
not to
star है
talk
ये?
about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else. I promised to let them rest in peace here.
आएगी ये भी बैनर
Here
I
I
think
am
4 star
breaking
ही है
that promise.
इसे 6
I'm
स्टार होना
sorry
चाहिए था.
for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't
सुंदर ज्यादा
usually
है ना?
cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But
बुलाने के लिए
she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast,
देखो फिर आपको
I
समझ
could do nothing for them.
चलो
I'm
मुझे
so
जाना पड़ेगा
sorry.
कल भी
You
इंस्पेक्शन
can
में
spend
जाना है
as
गुड
much
नाइट गुड
time as you
नाइट
need here,
साइरस
Navia.
थैंक यू फॉर
We'll
कमिंग
stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny. So,
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But
को
we
नहीं
were able to
समझना
save more than we
स्कैन
anticipated.
करा नंबर
The overall outcome indicates that the cost...
right. Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone.
You're right. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh,
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last
Who is
met.
she? Oh my god. See?
the name?
Boba
What are
कौन
you
आया
doing
है
here?
एक मिनट.
सीन
Everything
में
going well on your side?
ओ आर्कलिनो.
Yes, my
Hmm.
people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two...
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential
क्या
to
मम्मी
fostering
क्या
positive
लग रहा
developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must
Hello?
say that you're a lot sharper than you let on.
Sorry,
I'm sure
what?
you understand what
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite
कब आएगी
surprised.
बैनर में
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to.
Hmm.
It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was
Yasmi
a
है
natural
नहीं है
first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not
अच्छा
be
संदेश
troubled
बोर
by
हो
this
रहा
token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll
PvP हो
also be
जाए
able to
वही
help me in the
मैच
same way.
1v3
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your
ये
kindness.
अगर आई then she will
Furthermore,
be 6-star
I
unit
sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I
4.4
only
या
wish that my
4.5
people
तक
could have
आएगा
arrived a
ये
little earlier to prevent
आएगा
this
या
from
आएगी
happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates
लड़की है.
did everything you could.
हम्म.
As Paimon said, Malus and Silver
Guys, ये
didn't choose
लड़का
to
है या लड़की है
sacrifice
बताओ.
themselves for any specific person, and they weren't the price paid for
मेल है
other
फीमेल है.
salvation. They chose
और
to
अभी तक
बीच
कोई
का है तो बता दो.
themselves.
जेंडर प्रॉब्लम
I've never
एक्चुअली सही
liked
बताऊं
hearing people put it that way.
तो है
It's
कुछ
like
इसमें
trying to
कुछ है
relieve pain
ऐसा
by
कुछ
saying some
जेंडर का
noble
प्रॉब्लम.
sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become
आजकल
heroes.
बताना मुश्किल है
You're
कौन है.
right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia.
अरे है तो लड़की.
Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that
लेकिन
people
गेंशिन में
always say
समझ
that
नहीं आता भाई
prophecies
लड़का
represent
कौन है
fate.
लड़की कौन है.
Fortunately,
ये
I've never
बोलेगा
been one for
गजब
such
बेइज्जती है.
opinions.
So,
So
you're
true.
one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
She is a father.
गेम ही बहुत थोड़ी वाला है.
Alright, then we'll just... huh? This isn't right.
एक आर्टिफैक्ट नहीं दिया, सारे रेजेंस खत्म हो गए मेरे 10 के 10 पूरा जाएगी.
Something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today.
को इसकी
It would not
आवाज तो
hurt to have
फीमेल
Miss
का है.
Navia
आवाज
listen.
फीमेल का है. दिखती भी
Traveler,
फीमेल
I'm
जैसी है.
sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Maripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson.
सुन के सोच लो.
These are both signals. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the
कोई
Hearth's
क्वेश्चन
intelligence
नहीं
network
फीमेल
with
है.
you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for
3
ruin
likes only,
exploration.
but लेने इसको father
Unexpectedly,
बोलती.
this disaster
I know
struck.
लेने इसको
And
father
at
बोलती
present,
है.
we're all busy
कोई like नहीं कर
prioritizing the
रहा
rescue
stream को.
effort.
नहीं क्लोराइन
So
भी आएगा.
that's why the Fatui were
ना
already in
वो कब
Poisson.
नहीं पता उसका
I
कब आने
wanted to
वाली
take
है.
the children
अभी तक
along, but
न्यूज़ नहीं सुनी
unfortunately,
मैंने कुछ.
Linny, Lynette, and
तुम्हारा
Fremine
नेम
have
कभी
all been
सुना हुआ
dispatched to higher
है.
ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you... All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
चलो भाई चलते हैं। तो टीबीएल है हाँ ब्रो, आज नेट की वजह से हो नहीं पाया, वरना आज ही करते दिन में हम लोग। अरे दीदी आपको इंस्टा पे फॉलो कर दिया हूँ और आपको ही लिखा मैसेज में, आपको हाय लिखा मैसेज में।
They seem
अच्छा
to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
कर रही हूँ, देखते हैं यहाँ पे क्या होगा।
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Shower me with praise!
बॉल वाला एनिमेशन फुरीना स्टोल फ्रॉम डोरी। डोरी का मैंने देखा नहीं है।
Stabilize.
Strike a pose! See?
वेपराइज तो हो रहा है भाई।
Bow your head.
कर तो रही है ये वेपराइज। डोरी हूँ, फुरीना हूँ। चू की तरह पास नहीं कर सकती वेपराइज। हाँ क्या था भाई, ये कौन सा पानी है? इसमें मर क्यों रही है ये? जाना किधर है? अरे पानी में मत जाओ, मुझे लगा पानी में जाना है। फिर जाना किधर? बैठ जाओ यार जिधर, वहां तो कोई जगह ही नहीं थी।
Floor here isn't safe.
मेरा दिल हिल गया एकदम से जब ये नीचे गया। वहां से मैं कूदती हुई जा रही थी। ऐसा
Shower you with praise.
कितनी बार बोलेगा भाई, ऐसे मत बोल, दिल धक धक हो रहा है।
This place has also been contaminated by primordial
Chest.
seawater.
Yeah,
चेस्ट कहाँ था?
and
चेस्ट
a lot of it too. A
अरे यार
Florentinian would
पीछे
most
रह गया,
likely
देखा नहीं
dissolve the
मैंने। मैं वो
moment they
एकदम
fell
से
in.
वो नीचे गई ना मैं।
Right. You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any.
एक मिनट, जो इस पानी में मैं बार बार कूद रही थी वो मैं इसलिए मर रही थी क्योंकि वो प्रिमोर्डियल सी वाटर है।
It's just that.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you. That complicates things. Maybe
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
the water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with.
नीचे जाऊँ ना क्या, बट हमारे में वो क्या इफेक्ट नहीं करता। क्या इफेक्ट नहीं करता? एक मिनट, चेस्ट कहाँ था? चेस्ट किधर था? नीचे? आई किधर से थी? अच्छा मैं तो नीचे गिरी हूँ ना भाई, वहां से वहां ऊपर कैसे जाऊँ? जिधर हिलेचल था, हिलेचल तो ऊपर था। नहीं नहीं नहीं, हिलेचल तो इधर था। अरे भाई नाइस, चलो चल रहा है। डोंट टेल मी इस पानी में नहीं गिरना।
Oh no, it's a dead end.
इस
Let's try
ये
climbing over
प्रीमोर्डियल
from
सी
the
वाटर है
side.
ना। कैसे जाऊँ? जाना क्या? ऊपर जाना है क्या? तरी गेंशिन खेलना भूल गई क्या? लॉल लग रहा है मुझे, मेरा दिमाग चल गया। कैसे जाऊँ? अंदर से रास्ता है शायद से। ओह कैसी जगह है? मेरे संदेश यूट्यूब में सर्च अपना कॉस्ट ऑफ गेम मल्टीपल वीडियो है वॉच एंड एंजॉय। बताया नहीं कौशल तू भी यूट्यूबर है।
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge. Run for it!
नहीं 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 डोंट टेल मी मैं नीचे गिर जाऊंगी। No 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 Navia no 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 what's gonna happen Ish ish no no say say मोबाइल कार्बन क्वेस्ट हाँ आपका क्वेस्ट भाई को देख के मन किया। क्या चीज नाविया?
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
मर गई क्या नाविया?
Yes, it would appear.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
What happened? मर गई क्या वो?
Oh, right. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling, yet...
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
Are you my favorite
We were
YouTuber?
headed to
I
see
भी
how
नाविया?
things were going with him at the moment.
करो quest.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Maloose. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor Obina was getting fed up with them.
ये
Sometimes
quest
the
मुझे
force
धक
is
धक धक धक
required
क्यों दे
to
रहा है?
calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right.
सही में?
Oh, by the way,
Boba?
Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to
That
Miss Navia
beautiful
again?
girl died.
Oh,
How?
yes. One moment.
She fell
I have
into
it
the
right here.
primordial sea.
Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I
मैं भी
prepared.
YouTuber हूँ
तो वो
Dragon
बोल
Ball
रही
का.
They're a very good
बोल रही थी.
variety, and they'll become
What
very
the hell,
big and
Boba?
beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
She was a very nice girl.
Ah, did you cultivate
Yes.
them yourself?
That's night
Thank you
Scott.
so
सब मैं भी
much.
check out करूँगी
I'll certainly
तुम्हारा
take
channel.
them. Maloose, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
और सब मैं तेरे
Why,
चैनल
we
पे
can
रेड कर
have
दूंगा.
as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of
तो
the
कुआ दिल
decorative
से
plants
सही
for
में
some of
यार.
Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
मर गई
Very well.
मर गई.
ऐसा मत बोलो
मर
यार.
गई.
अभी तो मैं ये सोच के वो हो रही हूँ कि फुरीना ना मर जाए.
Excuse me,
मर
madam.
जाए मर जाए.
If I'm not
फुरीना भी
mistaken, your
मर
name
जाए.
is Burnett, correct?
That's right.
कुत्ते की मौत मरे.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is
वो
the
कौन
first
से
time
रियल
we've
है
ever
मरने
met,
दो.
but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
We must mind the time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you...
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, Why would I need to go to the opera house?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh? All right then.
What's going on here? What's going on here? मुझे कुछ समझ में क्यों नहीं आ रहा?
Look, it's Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people
रात को
here?
चिल्लाए ना?
And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
इससे पहले मर गई? मतलब? हाँ यार ये तो आई नहीं थी, प्लेबल कैरेक्टर थी.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on. Do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high regard
चलो
by
मैं जा रहा
every
हूँ सोना
soul
करना है
in
मरना
Poisson.
घर में सब उठ
After
के
you
बीटिंग
took
में.
over the
ओके गुड नाइट
Spina,
गॉड सर.
you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you.
नहीं रैपिड में तो समझ में
Therefore,
नहीं आ रहा
this
चल क्या रहा
fair
है
and
यहाँ पे.
honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh? What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is
Hello,
the purpose
Manus.
of having me stand here like this?
I'm still
What is there
confused.
to discuss?
What's going on here?
Well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
बोबा कुछ नहीं होगा नाविया के एल लग गए.
I know all
यार
this.
ना अभी मर क्यों गए यार?
Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
She did खुदकुशी.
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let
मैंने
the
तो पूरा
court
इग्नोर
judge her
किया
now.
यहाँ जो भी
She's guilty.
याद
Stay
हुआ
here, Navia!
सोच
You're
रही
one
है
of
वो
us.
ये सब सपना है उसका.
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you
ओ
here
भाई
forever.
साहब इसने सस्पेंस
Wish to
खराब कर दिया
exercise
मानस
my
ने.
right to defend Our Lady. Mistress
मुझे
Romfield,
सही में
you
लगा वो मर
only
गई.
know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
Okay,
She was
Boba,
born
nice.
a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she
मुझे
identifies
भी लगा
herself
था।
as part of any
अरे
group.
मुझे आपने
She
पूरा
merely
यकीन दिला
acted
दिया
as an
कि वो मर
individual,
गई।
extending her hand to
नावे भी
help
मरने
others.
वाला सबको
Please do
पता
not
है।
mistake her actions as being
कैसा लगा
otherwise.
मेरा मजाक?
Really? As an
अच्छा मजाक था
individual,
रैपिड।
you
मुझे
say?
पूरा मेरा सिनेरियो बन
Don't
गया था कि ये
forget,
मर
we
गई
are
है।
all Fontanians here.
चल भाई, मुझे अब
Even if
बकवास
Miss
नहीं
Navia
सुननी।
only voluntarily, everything is measured here in the Now
मैंने
I
एक्चुअली
speak
में
for
आर्कॉन
everyone.
क्वेस्ट वाला
Our opinion is consistent.
नोट गलती से
Navia
यूट्यूब में
should
देख
stay.
लिया हूँ।
We
पूरा
and
देख लिया है,
Navia
नॉट
are
लाइक
one.
सिग्नोरा,
And you
क्योंकि
would
वो
call
प्लेबल
this
कैरेक्टर है। हाँ,
justice?
सिग्नोरा तो मर गई थी, प्लेबल
You
थी
are
नहीं वो।
merely jealous that there was. Have you forgotten
तो
how
इस
much you
हिसाब
all
से तो
once longed to
इस हिसाब
become
से तो फुरीना भी नहीं मर
individuals, to
सकती।
become independent?
If your justice is flawed, then why?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver, and that is how we will enforce justice.
Are you sure? मैं बताऊँ? हाँ, वो भी नहीं मरने वाला।
Silver, it hurts.
नहीं, मत बताओ अभी, सस्पेंस जारी रहने दो, मजा नहीं आएगा वरना
From the
स्टोरी में।
very beginning.
माइनस लॉक लगा दे। मत बताओ, मत बताओ, मत बताओ, मत बताओ।
Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
चुप हो जाओ दोनों। अब नहीं, अब नहीं, अब नहीं।
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is. Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia.
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How
Close
could the
करो,
two of
but
you
spoil मत
possibly
करो।
hope to stand against the
Yes.
collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just.
नाव ये ब्लॉग
Navia
बस
belongs
जबरदस्ती
to
से रोकने के
us.
चक्कर में।
After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
अरे she is Oceanate.
No more excuses.
She
What
says we're jealous. Jealous.
Why
How could she
they
possibly
are
be an
becoming
independent individual?
Oceanate?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia.
Silence.
Nobilette is here.
That's.
नोबिलेट की छमिया है।
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn
They
for the
are
rest of
water?
the day. In this I shall hear.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only
Leave
chance to
Nobilet
leave
की
this
छमिया।
place. What? Come
Loose.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that.
Malus, Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye.
Don't tell me Nobilette उसको बचाने आया है।
ओके, मैं नहीं बता रहा कि नोबिलेट उसे बचाना है।
Very clean water. Wow. Anime husbands and waifus. Hello Maisha. Welcome to the stream. जो कसीन आएगा आगे जाके मस्त एकदम चिल्स आ गए थे मुझे मारने से। शांति से देखते हैं सब। Oh my god. Nobilette ने बचा लिया
I must have
नाविया
been
को।
dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
भी यही पहुंचा हूँ अभी।
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give
ये
you a
टच कर आई है मौत को अपनी
The
नाविया।
ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water.
Hello Mikoi, nice to see you.
You were
Hey
just about to be
hey, how are
dissolved,
you,
Vivi,
Maisha?
but I...
What is
What
it?
is it?
I think I saw two Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment. perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention,
She experienced
I would not
death.
have been able to
Yes.
rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
So people that are dissolved become
Perhaps those
oceanids?
2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Great as usual. Nice to hear. Congrats on 1K. Thank you, Maisha. Miko, you getting too smart? Yes.
Oh,
So
I'm
smart.
quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden?
तो ये गलतफहमी.
It happens. Yo, I pro gamer girls. No, I'm not pro gamer girl. I am noob gamer girl.
Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing
माइशा
to
है
talk
but this quest में स्मार्ट होके फायदा नहीं. क्यों? ऐसा क्या?
Ah, Sxfi. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sxfi would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also said
You can never guess what will happen.
he hopes that you haven't
ए हाइड्रो वाला तो मुझे आर्गन क्वेस्ट हमेशा शॉक ही दे रहा है.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
Rapid, you know what I am thinking? That from the starting till now, everything revolves around Novelet. Why? Why there is no Furina in the whole scenario? Like, I थी Furina, but for a little part. Why is Novelet everywhere? Because Archon quest is for Archon character, no? But he's not Archon. Hey, let's go, noob gamer girls. Yes.
So, Nivelet, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Sorry.
Yes, of course.
He's a swimmer too. Lol.
Going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell you?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area.
Hello, Sxfi. True answer नहीं दे सकता.
We had a chat.
ठीक है मत दो Rapid. I don't wanna destroy that suspense. मजा नहीं आएगा उन्हें करने में.
We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought you'd wrap things up so quickly?
Let's move.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Stabilize. This is order.
Strike a pose!
दादा कौन था? How's going good, Sophie. What about you? Streams कैसे जा रही है? यार फिर से वो नहीं 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 I don't like this thing. इसमें मैं डर गई थी पहले भी, एकदम से मैं नीचे गिर गई थी. No, 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 no. Shit. Like, what the hell? How will I manage to go up now? The falling part.
When the tide comes in, I shall return.
Yeah, I see. No, not at all.
Order guide.
Strike a pose! Aligning, echo and song! Cross over!
Stabilize. Silence.
What is this?
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
कोई मार रहा है मम्मी उसे. बिल्लू को मार रहा है कोई इसे, देखो।
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Really?
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at this. Says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
फिर कम ट्रू हो गई तो सब बर्बाद हो जाएगा.
I really hope it doesn't mean...
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the water's drowning fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
Stop.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we'd better get somewhere safe for now.
Genshin खेल रहा हूँ.
It's completed. Do you see the slits?
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to...
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat!
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem? Paimon's getting a little scared now that it's come to this.
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you, as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition. All right. I'll be on my...
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good food too!
अभी पुरीना का वेपन फार्म
Boss is the best!
करना है. कौन सा वेपन?
Ooh, desserts! Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
Mona is from
It's you two.
Fontaine.
What are you doing in Fontaine?
Mona?
Fishing से.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadt surname?
She's from Mondstadt only.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name.
मैं
Wait,
चाहता
are
सोने
you gonna have to put that into
बाय.
your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great
Good
Astrologist.
night,
As
Evancy.
for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great scholar of the stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful, that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Thanks, Mona! You're amazing!
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best!
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. The thing's... that's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of... But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up.
You're here! Final...
Is something...
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 featured different images that seemed to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such
24
slates.
Legends Festival
I'll ask
start हो रहा है,
you
yes.
again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me.
Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro-Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, you're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was smiling. She didn't seem in the mood to care if we were listening in or not.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh! You noticed! Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like...
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro-Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Come now. Galino. Probably.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
Chlorine.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette... Oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not.
Story समझने की कोशिश
You may
कर
or
रही
may
हूँ
not have
फिलहाल.
heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Tell me now, Pia.
Fear I do not have any
Chlorine
related experience.
Sisters.
That makes sense.
Or
You
friends.
usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement, However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice?
Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone. What? Alright, hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Luna!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes! It was Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your... Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming.
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful. Perhaps that's what N was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff... I need to get going. It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kinda moved by what Mona said. But also kinda sad, too. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
गाइस इसको कल कंटिन्यू करेंगे हम, आज के लिए इतना ही रहने देते हैं।
I've been laying under palm trees waiting.